Thundurus from Obsidian Flames is a textbook glass cannon. It only has 110 hit points, but its gigantic bolt attack does a whopping 140 damage for just 2 lightning energy, while also dealing 90 damage to itself. So every time Thundurus attacks, it nearly knocks itself out, but that doesn't really matter since Thundurus is usually not living through the opponent's turn anyways, with only 110 HP. Gigantic Bolt is the perfect attack for my Lightning-type Gym Leader Challenge deck, which focuses on fast and aggressive Lightning-type Pokemon like Zapdos from Team Up with the Thundurus Assault attack, which does 10 damage plus 70 more damage when Zapdos moves from the bench to the active spot. Thundurus is the perfect complement to Zapdos since Zapdos can attack on the first turn of the game going second, while Thundurus can dish out 140 damage on the second turn of the game with just 2 attachments from hand or with a little help from Flaffy's Dynamotor ability. Dynamotor allows you to attach a Lightning Energy card from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon during your turn. And with both Flaffy and Electric from Noble Victories having the Dynamotor ability, you can charge Lightning Energy from your discard pile back into play to attack with your Lightning-type Pokemon back-to-back turns. In today's Gym Leader Challenge gameplay, I'm going to be facing off against JD's Grass deck, which uses Cherrim from Battle Styles to accelerate Grass energy into play. Cherrim is an awesome support Pokemon with its Spring Bloom ability, which allows you to attach as many Grass energy from your hand to your Pokemon that don't have a rule box during your turn as you'd like. And with Grottle online, you can use the Sun-Drenched Shell ability to search out a Grass Pokemon from your deck every turn of the game, which really helps boost this deck's consistency. Now, if you're new to Gym Leader Challenge format, all of the rules can be found at gymleaderchallenge.com. It's a really fun format and is my favorite way to play Pokemon cards. I'm stoked to show off the gameplay ahead, but before we get to it, let's hear a word from my sponsor, Dragon Shield. Dragon Shield dual mat sleeves are some of my favorite for playing the Pokemon trading card game. They are perfect tournament sleeves, great for any event. They shuffle amazing and are built to last while protecting your favorite Pokemon cards from wear and damage. And now these dual mat sleeves come in 2 brand new colorways, Justice and Truth. Both Justice and Truth have a black interior and a fully opaque back. The Justice colorway is a silver, which I think looks really slick, especially on these metal type Pokemon that I have here. But by far, my favorite of the 2 is the Truth colorway. I absolutely love these gold colored sleeves. They're like a burnished gold. They just look really nice and timeless. These are by far my favorite dual colors now, between the Truth and the Lightning, but the Truth definitely take the top spot. The Justice and Truth dual mat sleeves are available now on Dragon Shield's web store. You can find the link in the description below. Huge thank you to Dragon Shield for sponsoring Tricky Gym and making this tabletop content possible. Now, let's see what those Gym Leader Challenge decks can do. And good luck.
Going first. Can't do a lot, so let's bench Cherubi. Pass to you.
Draw. I've got a real solid looking mulligan assisted opening hand with Bridget, which is exactly what I want to see turn 1. I'll be able to use it to search out 3 basic Pokemon and put them straight onto my bench. Bridget. And during the first deck search in Gym Leader Challenge, you always want to take a look and see what you have available, what you prized. Thankfully, I do see Zapdos is in the deck, and since I opened Tapu Koko, I'll be able to retreat for free and launch a turn 1 attack with Thundurus Assault, so I definitely like that. Flaffy's in the deck, so we definitely want Mareep. And then Zebstrika is the other big one, and I don't see Zebstrika in the deck, which is sad. You really like that dude to show up to work, as it is the draw engine for your deck, but that's fine. Still going to get the Blitzel anyway, just because as soon as I draw the Zebstrika, I'm ready to evolve it. Off of Bridget, I'm getting Zapdos, Mareep, and Blitzel, which goes straight to my bench. Bench Tynamo, Lightning Energy to Zapdos, and Retreat. And I'll use Thundurus Assault for 80 damage.
80. Oh boy. Draw for turn. Man, my opening hand is not great. So I just have to play N. Hopefully get some new cards, get some more Pokemon on the bench, and an energy or something. Or else I'm in danger with that Zapdos. I can use Pack Call and get one. Unfortunately, I'm not going first, or going second, turn one. Could have got 3, which would have been great. But, you know, 1, it can get me an evolution for next turn to keep attacking. It'll help a lot if I can find an energy and some more basics, for sure. Both to 6. 6. There we go. Benching Gossifleur and Turtwig. Evolving Cherubi into Cherrim. Attaching Grass Energy to Zarude. And use Pack Call to search my deck for 1 Grass-type Pokemon. And this is my first check, so I should check to see what's all in here. It's looking like I'm missing the Eldegoss, which is fine. You'd much rather be missing the Eldegoss than the Cherrim. But I can still grab Grottle off of the Pack Call and put it into my hand. Off to you.
Draw. Got a real nice looking hand off of the N with Evo Soda and an Escape Rope. Escape Rope's the big one because it'll allow this Zapdos to swing again and force JD to push up a Pokemon on his bench, which I definitely like. Escape Rope.
Yeah. And since I know that Eldegoss is prized, I think I'm fine giving him Gossifleur.
I'll promote Tapu Koko because of its free retreats. Evo Soda. And with Evo Soda, I'll grab Flaffy and evolve Mareep into Flaffy. And then I could attach Rainbow Energy, which I've been meaning to switch out for Prism Energy, but just have forgot, so it's here. Keeping track of all of your cards and like which ones you want to... Yeah, it can get complicated. But I don't want to attach this Rainbow, so... Play Professor's Letter, which allows me to search my deck for 2 basic energy and put them into my hand. I'll get 2 Lightning Energy. Attack.
Third time's a charm. Here it is.
Attach a Lightning Energy to Tapu Koko and Cynthia. And I get 6. Okay. Retreat Tapu Koko into Zapdos. And Thundurus Assault for 80 damage in the knockouts.
Oh boy. Yeah. Let's go into Zarude. Draw for turn. Gladian off the top deck would have helped if Gossifleur was still alive, but I can evolve into Grottle and play a Cynthia of my own.
You can see the synergy between Eldegoss and Cherrim. Now that Cherrim is in play, Eldegoss can go get 2 grass from the deck, and then you can just pop those right down into play.
Hopefully off of the Cynthia, I can get some energies or get a way to get some energies. Okay, off of that Cynthia, I'll get 6, 5, 6. Oh boy. Looks like I'm not going to get an attack, but can bench Capsakid. Can use Sun-Drenched Shell to go get a grass Pokemon from my deck. All your guys are pretty squishy, and I have at least a supporter for next turn. So I think grabbing Tropius off of the Sun-Drenched Shell is a good call. Doing 130 knocks out a lot of Andrew's Pokemon, and it preserves that energy back to Capsakid or Torterra for next turn. So I think I can start powering that up, because not attacking with Zarude. Bench the Tropius. Attach a Fire Energy for turn. Attach Muscle Band. And Pack Call. Get another Pokemon. Should be the Scovillain.
Now, unfortunately, I'm in a situation where my board in hand would be a lot stronger if Zebstrika was not prized. But that is the Pokemon TCG, isn't it? Draw. Okay. There's not a ton that I can do with this hand without Zebstrika, but with Lucamine in my hands, I can just go get a supporter out of the discard pile, and then I'll be on my way next turn, so that's totally fine. Play Lucamine. Ooh, I have to put 2. You can't do up to. So, with Lucamine, I'll grab Cynthia and Bridget, which go back to my hand. Ultra Ball, discard Nest Ball and Bridget. And with the Ultra Ball, I just want to get that electric evolved up into play.
Yep, getting both of them out early is pretty good for lightning.
Oh, yeah. Evolve Tynamo into electric and Thundurus Assault for 10 damage.
10, putting me up to 90 on the Zarude. Draw for turn. Oh, that's 1 grass energy off the net ball. Start by evolving into Scovillain, attaching energy pouch while I got it. Net ball to grab a grass energy. Because as of right now, I think I got all the Pokemon I'd like to see. Let's Spring Bloom the grass energy to Zarude and play Colress for a shuffle draw of 8.
Yeah, Colress is pretty much exactly what you want to see there. Since you don't have Eldegoss set up, it'll give you the highest chance of being able to draw into the grass energy naturally.
Hoping for at least 1 so I can at least take a knockout on this Zapdos. If not, Andrew, you're only doing 10, so he can survive for a little bit longer. Okay, off that Colress, I'll draw 8. 8. Off that Colress, I hit 0 energy, which is so surprising. But I have Roselia that I can bench in hopes to evolve into Roserade eventually. Get me a key card if I need to. Play Hisuian Heavy Ball.
Ooh.
There's 2 of those energies. Timer Ball and Evolution Incense, which sometimes hurt, but I got Sundrent Shell Grottle set up. Just like a Evo Incense every turn, which is kind of nice for grass. Just go get those evolution Pokemon and just get them set up every turn. Sundrent Shell. Grab the Roserade now. And I might as well pack call.
There we go.
Here we go. I think the only one... I have Shining Genesect, but I will grab Torterra off the pack call.
Draw. Now I've got a decision to make. Top decked Professor Juniper. Professor Juniper feels pretty aggressive and would definitely get rid of a decent amount of my resources, and I'm wondering if that's something that I necessarily want to do, especially... Yeah, there's good cards in here, so I think I'm just going to bench Thundurus, Cynthia.
Yeah, played safe. Yeah, because you had that rescue stretcher in there that could come up big late game, so you might as well preserve it while you can.
It's tough discarding cards in Gym Leader Challenge. Every card is just a one-of.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Cynthia's still good. 1 less card, but you keep those cards in there for later. You're good. You're good.
6. And we are moving. Found Switch off of the Cynthia, so I'll play Switch. Switch into Tapu Koko, and then attach U-turn board to Blitzel. Retreat Tapu Koko into Zapdos, and Thundurus Assault for the knockout.
Yep. Going down 2 prizes. Let's go into the Tropius. Draw for turn. Another fire energy. I wish it was a grass. But Cherum's still here, so we can just go get that grass energy with the lovely Roserade. Evolving into Roserade using Le Parfum ability to go search my deck for whatever card I'd like to grab. I can grab Professor's Letter off of Le Parfum, play it to go grab 2 grass energies and put them into my hand. I will use Spring Bloom to attach 2 grass energies to the Tropius. Attach fire energy from hand to the Grottle. Bench Shining Genesect. Scoop up net the Roserade and rebench the Roselia.
Love that.
Yeah, at this point, I think I'm safe to just evolve Grottle into Torterra and take the knockout with Tropic Breeze.
Can you play a supporter this turn?
You're right. Playing Avery to kind of knock Andrew's board down a little bit, draw 3, I think. Yeah, you're right.
Sometimes when you use Roserade, it feels like a supporter, but it's not.
Yeah. So, yeah, I will play Avery. Andrew discards down to 3 bench Pokemon, and I get to draw 3.
Discard Tapu Koko and Thundurus.
Yep. And now we will take the knockout with Tropic Breeze, doing 150 with Muscle Band, and pushing those 3 energies back to Scovillain.
6. Zapdos goes down, and JD is on the board with a prize card. Promote Blitzel with the U-turn board. Draw for turn. I really like U-turn board in almost every deck that I play now because it is a pivot card that lasts, right? It can't be field blowered. If your opponent tries to discard it, it just comes back to your hand. And in a deck like Lightning, where you need a free retreat pivot for the deck to function
all the time, yeah,
I did end up cutting Air Balloon for it. It'd be a situation where I have Floatstone and Air Balloon on my board, and my opponent would just be like, field blower. Yeah, and it's just like, okay, now I'm ruined, right?
Yep.
And because you have to sprint cards away with Zebstrika, you can't always preserve the Air Balloon for late in the game. So that's why I'm on U-turn board. I'm big U-turn board pilled now. Teammates allows me to search my deck for any 2 cards I want and put them into my hand if one of my Pokemon was knocked out last turn. So I'm going to use this to recover my board a little bit and play that town map so I can go get the Zebstrika. Now I also play Buddy Buddy Rescue. It's kind of a funny card in this deck, but I replaced Revive with Buddy Buddy Rescue because Buddy Buddy Rescue can get evolution Pokemon like the Luxray, so I've got this card in here now. With Teammates, I'll get Town Map and Buddy Buddy Rescue. Play Town Map to flip my prize cards over. And there's Zebstrika. Play Buddy Buddy Rescue, so you get a Pokemon out of your discard pile to your hand.
Okay.
And I also get a Pokemon out of my discard pile to my hand.
I have full board, so I think the smart one is to just get Zarude. Tropius may go down. I can just bench another attacker and keep going.
And I'll get Thundurus. Bench Thundurus. Dynamotor 2 Lightning Energy onto Thundurus.
Mm-hmm.
And retreat Blitzel for free with U-turn board. And Gigantic Bolt for 140 damage. Thundurus does 90 damage to itself, and I'll take Zebstrika off of my prizes.
Only have 20 HP left. It feels bad going into Scovillain to take this knockout. I will go into Torterra. Draw for turn. Bench that Zarude I just got. I will use Raihan. Since a Pokemon was knocked out last turn, I can use Raihan to accelerate an energy to Torterra and go grab whatever I like out of my deck. I know Andrew plays Parallel City, so I think with the board state I have and the hand I have, I think it's just safe to get Chaotic Swell off of the Raihan. Prevent Andrew from disrupting my board unless he finds that Field Blower and the Parallel City at the same time. Since I do have I have some attackers, I have some support Pokemon, so it feels good to just prevent that from happening, or at least make it harder. So I'll put Chaotic Swell into play. Yeah, just Evo Press for 150 damage for the knockout.
Thundurus goes down. That is some overkill for sure. 20 hit points left, and 150 damage will definitely do it. Promote Blitzel, draw. It's a good card to find. It's a good time to just teammates again and kind of continue building my board. Evolve Blitzel into Zebstrika. Yeah, I definitely need my attackers like back out. I don't have a guy that can just vanquish this Torterra.
That's what incentivized me to go into Torterra, because Scovillain, he's a glass cannon with only 110 HP. There's plenty of things in Andrew's deck that can knock it out. not a lot that can knock out Torterra in one shot. So
Right. Okay, I think I've got a plan. Versus Seeker for teammates. And play that teammates again. I just want to go get more attackers online. It would be sweet if I could get Raikou going. I think Regieleki is a more realistic option right now. So I think Regieleki Rescue Stretcher is good. That'll allow me to use Regieleki twice. So I could take a knockout on Cherrim over the course of 2 turns with that.
sure can.
Is there a better, more optimal way to do that? You betcha.
Oh, boy.
Off of teammates, I'll actually get Rescue Stretcher and Quick Ball, which go into my hand. Then use Quick Ball to discard Luxray and get Regieleki. Little optimizations like that can go a long way in a matchup. I think I'm probably not going to be in a position where I'm using Luxray this game. I could be wrong. If I am, then I can just Rescue Stretcher for it back.
Oh, yeah.
But if hands start getting disrupted and I really want to draw into good cards at the end of the game, I don't want to have the Luxray there. And I don't want to have the Quick Ball there because I'm going to want to find better cards. Bench Regieleki. Attach Grass Energy to Regieleki. Dynamotor with Flaffy and Electric. Retreat Zebstrika into Regieleki and Terrace Bark for 120 damage and 40 damage to both Roselia and Cherrim.
Oh, boy. That's just how powerful having 2 Dynamotors in the Lightning deck is. It's just out of nowhere, Regieleki.
Boom.
Boom. This is nuts. Draw for turn. Not a lot of great cards in my hand, but I have ways to get things with the Roserade, Pokegear if I need to look for something. But I think a good play right now, since Torterra's taken the knockout, is to just Hex. Because there's no one energy attacker in Andrew's deck. So if I Hex, it at least buys me 1 extra turn to just kind of get ahead on prizes or at least catch up. Playing Hex Maniac and just taking the knockout with Evo Press doing 150 damage.
Ooh. Yeah, that is tough. It completely shuts down my my idea to just go Regieleki twice because now I can't Dynamotor. So that is a tough one. Promote Zebstrika and draw. I do have a plan, though. Rescue Stretcher for good old faithful Zapdos.
Oh, boy.
And put that Zapdos into my hands. Bench Zapdos. Attach Lightning from hand. And N.
Yep. And it's both the 3.
Yep, you've got a big old hand.
Yeah. Having that hand end away to 3. I'm having flashbacks from our game.
And we've got a really close match now. What started off as a little bit of a slog, now we are neck and neck. And it's going to really come down to some hand disruption, ability disruption, and seeing if either one of us can close this game out. We're each getting 3 off of the N. Retreats for free into Zapdos. And Thundurus Assault for 80 damage in the knockouts. I'll take Ordinary Rod off my prizes.
I'll go into Scovillain. Draw for turn. Off of that N, I luckily got Ultra Ball, so I can just go and get the Roserade to get an actually good supporter. Let's start by Ultra Balling away Grass and Turffield Stadium. Off of Ultra Ball, grab Roserade, evolve, and use Le Parfum. Off of Le Parfum, I'll grab Professor's Research.
Yeah, got to get in a situation where you have more energy in play. Oh, I guess you've got the energy pouch.
I have the energy pouch,
Got the
which
pouch.
keeps those energies there.
Yeah.
Research goes to hand, and playing Research, draw 7, 6, 7. There's Superior Energy Retrieval. Attaching U-turn board to Roserade. Spring Bloom and energy to Zarude. Use Superior Energy Retrieval to discard Gladian and Bridget. Grabbing up to 4 energies. 1, 2, 3. Exactly 4 energies in my discard pile. Putting them into my hand. Spring Bloom. 2 energies to Zarude. And use Super Spicy Breath for 180 damage and the knockout.
Zapdos goes down, and we're tied up at 2-2 prizes. promote Zebstrika, and draw. Play Silent Lab to bump the Chaotic Swell. Ordinary Rod. With Ordinary Rod, I'll shuffle Thundurus and Regieleki back into my deck. And those are going to be the final 2 attackers that I have, because I am pretty much tapped out as far as my recovery cards go. So I'm going to have to win the game with those fellas. And now I have a decision. Do I want to sprint these 2 energy away, or play one first and then sprint? I guess I could win if I just find an energy with the Regieleki, because I can knock out Sharam in the active. But if I attach the Speed Lightning energy, I cannot do that. So I think I'm just going to sprint. Sprint, discarding Timer Ball, Speed Lightning energy, and Aurora energy to draw 4 cards. Bench Raikou. Forgot I have got Raikou in there. Special charge to shuffle Aurora energy and Speed Lightning energy back into my deck. I know, and now I'm like, well, I kind of wish the Quick Ball was still in my deck. Well, it's fine. I had my reasons. Rainbow energy to Raikou and Iono.
Okay.
So we both shuffle our hands, put them on the bottom of our decks, and draw 2 cards. Okay. Dynamotor to Raikou. Retreats into Flaffy. Past you.
Okay. Let's see what we get off the top deck. Ball Guy. Not doing anything, honestly. But can play Ball Guy. Try and thin some cards out if there's any. Or Level Ball. Off a Ball Guy, I will grab Level Ball. I'll play Nest and Level Ball just to thin them out. Fail them, because there is nothing left in the deck. Just hoping for a boss or a Versus Seeker off of that top deck, but if it's going to come down to a Raikou play, it's going to come down to a Raikou play then. I have nothing left other than to attack with Super Spicy Breath for 180 damage and the knockout.
Okay.
And a prayer that he doesn't find an energy.
Promote Zebstrika. Draw. Ooh, now this is tough. I top deck Marnie, so I can use Marnie to help me dig, and with Marnie and Sprint, I'm going to see 9 cards. I mean, that's a lot. It's a substantial amount of cards. However, if I just sprint, I mean, I could find Raihan, which is also an out to the grass. But I'm already down teammates and Versus Seeker, so I feel like Marnie is just like my best bet. Play Field Blower to put the energy pouch back into the discard pile, even though that is not going to matter. Nope. And then Marnie.
Okay.
Hands on the bottom of the deck. I get 5 cards. JD gets 4. And there we go.
There it is.
Blend energy to Amazing Raikou, and then Amazing Shots for the knockout on both Charam and Squidilla.
Yep.
That is GG's.
Good game.
Shoo.
Came down to it.
It definitely did. That was very close. Yeah, I really felt like I was running away with that game early on, and then things really started getting sketchy there towards the end. I was like, all I needed to do was just Regieleki back-to-back turns, and that play wasn't happening.
That Hex hurt, and I know some people in the chat were saying just double Hex, and looking back, I think that would have put the nail in the coffin for you if I would have just Roserade, Le Parfum for Versus Seeker, Hex again, knockout Regieleki. I think that would have kind of sealed the deal, yeah.
What do you want to see out of your deck for game 2? Are you going to choose to go first or second in this game?
I'll choose to go second, because just like last game, I started Zarude. If I could have found an energy and I was going first or going second, pack calling for 3 Pokemon and hopefully not having my hand disrupted is really great for this deck, because you can evolve into so much that next turn if you can get something set up and then just start going. That's what I'm looking for in this game too, is just a little more aggression from this deck. That's what this deck likes to do, and it had a little slow start, but you saw it still had the power to just almost pull through.
Yes, my Pokemon did not stand a chance of surviving. Once you were up and moving, you were just cranking out a ton of damage. I mean, 180 damage with Scavillain, 120 damage with Zarude. They were some big knockouts. The Torterra also really helped to swing the momentum in the middle of the game with me not having an adequate one-hit KO response to it.
He's the beefiest guy you got in there, so sometimes it's good to just take the knockout with him because you more often than not he's gonna be two-shot. So it can buy you a turn or just kind of just start steamrolling.
That was a good game though, really back and forth. We saw the comeback potential there with me leading by 2 prizes in the beginning. You took the lead in the end. And then I had to come back with a double knockout for game.
The potential in GLC to have those comebacks, to have those kind of just momentous build-ups, that's just what I love about GLC. It could have been a toss-up who was going to win.
Oh, 100%.
So it's just great about this format.
Love it.
Okay.
Good luck. Draw. Got a solid-looking opening hand, Zebstrika, and amazing Raikou. Quick Ball can get me a basic Pokemon as well as Level Ball. Hopefully my Blitzel's in the deck and I can start sprinting next turn. Level Ball, and let's see. Where is he? There he is. Blitzel. That is exactly who we're getting. And then I can Quick Ball for another Pokemon to just start powering up an attacker, and I think that attacker is going to be Thundurus. I don't have Electric, unfortunately, in the deck, and I did start my Dynamo, but I do like the idea of trying to go for a turn 2 Thundurus, so we're going to play for that. With Level Ball, I'm getting Blitzel. Bench the Blitzel. Man, cards are all good. It's fine. Quick Ball, discarding Buddy Buddy Rescue. And with the Quick Ball, I'm getting Thundurus. Attach Lightning to Thundurus. Pass to you.
Okay. Draw for turn. Avery off the top. But hopefully the Zarude is in there, because I don't have a lot in terms of board state. But I can Arven to search for a tool and a item card.
A situation where you wish Battle VIP Pass was in the deck.
I have something slightly better than Battle VIP Pass. What? Checking my deck to see what's prized and what's not. It's looking like Eldegoss and Gossifleur are both prized, but with an energy in hand, I can use Gossifleur's Call for Family to get them basics set up. Off of the Arven, I'll get Hisuian Heavy Ball and Energy Pouch.
This play is going to be sick.
So, I will use Hisuian Heavy Ball, check the prizes, and sure enough, both of them are in there. But I can grab Gossifleur off of the Hisuian Heavy Ball.
I saw the Hex Maniac in there. Love to see that.
Hex, yeah, in this matchup, you saw, game 1, how powerful Hex can be. But hopefully I can take it off the prizes early. So, off of Hisuian Heavy Ball, I'll get Gossifleur, put it onto my bench, attach a Grass Energy for a turn, scoop up the Shining Genesect, rebench it, and use Call for Family to put 3 basic Pokemon onto my bench. Which those 3 basics will be Cherubi, Turtwig, and Capsakid. Straight to the bench.
That's a real solid turn 1. And now I feel silly building up Thundurus. Gossifleur's only got 50 hit points.
And you do 90 to yourself.
I know. I do more to myself than I do to you. Draw. Evolve Blitzel into Zebstrika. Bench Raikou. Play Electro Power. Timer Ball.
Sure. Broken.
Double Tails. It'll do that 25% of the time. And then Sprint, discarding my hand. And I get to see 4 cards. Oh, those 4 cards are not very good. Which is fine. Pass it on over to you.
Okay. Let's draw. Great top deck of Groudle. Since I was able to use Call for Family to get Turtwig, I can evolve into Groudle. Use Sundrent Shell. So, off of Sundrent Shell, grabbing Cherim. Evolving that Cherubi. And the only draw support I have is Avery, but I'd like to see some energy. So I'll play Avery. Andrew discards nothing, but I get to draw 3, 2, and 3. Scovillain. Let's evolve into that. Yeah, with this hand, I want to save that and use Level Ball. Get something for next turn. So, off of Level Ball, I'll get Roselia and put it onto my bench.
This is one of the things that I really love about grass, the fact that you can use your Pokemon search to go get Roselia, and then you've got Grottle on board, which can just go search out Roserade, which then gets you whatever card you want out of your deck.
Oh yeah, it's just like water. It's just you can do so much in a turn just off of Pokemon abilities leading into supporters and, you know, item cards that are just, there's a lot you can do, and it's fantastic when you get to just kind of do it all at once and then just boom. I can at least preserve this energy by using Shining Genesect's Energy Reloader to move that energy back to Shining Genesect. Pass to you.
Draw. Okay, there's an energy. Bench Regieleki. Attach blend energy to Raikou. Sprint. Discard my hand and draw 4.
Uh-oh. Another bad sprint.
This is fine. We're moving. Play Lusamine. And with Lusamine, I'll get back Lysander and teammates. And then pass to you.
Okay. Draw. Don't want to activate counter energy because of Raikou.
See, that's the thing, is this deck actually kind of likes losing. So
exactly.
That's fine. I mean, it's very fast and aggressive, and you have that ability to just get out the gates fast, but you can also just kind of wait back. And then, you know, this is such a threatening thing right here. And the fact that, you know, I just got teammates, you're like, ugh.
Yeah, I'm like, ooh, I think the Dynamo's safe, and I can just kind of start building stuff up. I will attach to Scovillain for turn. Use Sundrent Shell. Grabbing that Le Parfum Roserade. Evolving and using that ability. With a board state like this, I think a Colress would be fantastic. So, off of that Le Parfum, I will grab Colress. Before I play it, I will attach Energy Pouch to Shining Genesect and Colress for a draw of 9.
Yeah, it's a big Colress.
Hopefully finding some energy, because just set up a board and, you know, make Andrew switch and find those energies he needs, and hopefully draw back into boss so I can just knock out that Raikou before it even gets a chance. Colress for 9. 2, 3, 4, 9. There's all my energy I was missing from last game. And putting Chaotic Swell into play. Using Spring Bloom to attach an energy to Scovillain, an energy to Grottle. At this point, just a pass from me.
We got like a game of chicken going on
yeah,
right now. Yep.
Don't want that Raikou coming into play just yet.
Understandable. Draw. This is a tough call. I really don't want to sprint away all these resources, but I also very much want to get a Mareep into play. So, yeah, I could sprint, but what? Discard Versus Seeker, Lysander, Flaffy, Aurora Energy, teammates.
That's a lot.
Snarly. I don't need to do that. Professor's Letter. Just use that and go get 2 energy out of my deck. Seems fine. With Professor's Letter, I'll grab 2 basic lightning energy. Attach lightning to Tynamo and Thunderwave. Let's go, baby.
10 and I'm
Paralyzed. Paralyzation wins games, baby.
Paralysis is really good. Draw for turn. Sundrent Shell to grab Torterra.
See? Our game of chicken. One of us is going
to... one of us has to do it.
One of us has to do it.
I think it's just going to pass.
Okay, all right. Draw. This is why I started powering up the Tynamo, because I was like, he might just wait for me to make the move, and I will. I'll do it. I'll do it. Attach lightning to Thundurus and retreat. Lysander Grottle.
Yep.
And notice how I think that Grottle is actually the bigger threat than Cherim. I mean, at this point, there's energy on board. The Grottle evolving into Torterra is really big. And I'll use Gigantic Bolt for 140 damage, taking the knockout. Thundurus deals 90 damage to itself.
Let's go into... Actually, I have plenty of energy in hand. Let's preserve Scovillain and just go straight into Shining Genesect. Draw for turn. using teammates. Teammates, I'm looking for, yes. Super Rod is one, and I think something to just get that Grottle back out would be good. Off of teammates, I'll grab Super Rod and Netball. Super Rod back in, Turtwig, Grottle, and a Grass Energy. Back into the deck, playing Netball to just go and get the Turtwig back out and put it onto my bench. And since you softened yourself up with your attack, I don't have to commit too much energy to Shining Genesect to take this knockout, which is really nice when you can just use as few energy as possible on Shining Genesect or Zarude to preserve. Having to attach a ton of energy is really good. I will use Spring Bloom to attach 2 energy to Shining Genesect, and use Gaia Blaster for 110 damage and the knockout.
Thundurus goes down, and JD takes a prize. Let's promote my Zebra and draw. Concerning that I don't have any Dynamotor Pokemon set up right now, I'm not losing in prizes, so I cannot use Counter Energy this turn. I don't have Raihan in my hand, so I can't quite do that either. And my Electric is prized, so I cannot Dynamotor right now. So I think it's best to just kind of take this turn to continue setting up. Play teammates. This is going to be a turn that's about building.
Yeah, recover, set up things again. So
I want to get my Mareep out. My softening up the Shining Genesect is not bad. Even just getting any damage on it allows Regieleki and Raikou to both knock it out. So I think like that's kind of what I'm thinking is going to be the play this turn. With teammates, I'll get Nest Ball and Town Map. Put them into my hands. Play Nest Ball to get Mareep. Bench that. Town Map to flip my prizes over. Guzma, Switch, Electric. Got some good cards there. U-turn board to Zebstrika. Rainbow Energy to Regieleki and Retreat. For free using U-turn board.
10 from the rainbow.
Thank you. And Static Shock for 20 damage.
Oh boy. Here we go. Draw for turn. Let's start with Evolution Incense to get that Grottle back out. Realizing now I should have just evolved into that Torterra to protect it, but it started this going and it still prevents the Raikou from coming out since Andrew took the lead first.
It's a tough decision to make because keeping Sundrenched Shell online is always nice.
Fall Turtwig into Grottle. I will use Versus Seeker to grab Avery. Play Avery.
Discard Tynamo.
Draw 3. 2, 3. Attach Fire Energy for turn. And use Spring Bloom to accelerate Grass Energy here. At this point, just a Gaia Blaster for 110 damage and the knockout thanks to Rainbow Energy.
Yep, perfect math there. Regieleki goes down. Promote Zebstrika. Draw. JD is in the lead now, which is by design. Because now I get to do cool things. Evolve Mareep into Flaffy, so we've got a Dynamotor online. Play Ordinary Rod to shuffle Regieleki and Tynamo back into the deck. And then Versus Seeker for teammates. And play it. With JD in the lead, I can use cards like Counter Energy on my Raikou, and I can put Luxray into play, which is going to go a long way towards helping me deal with the Torterra. So with teammates, I'm grabbing Counter Energy and Evolution Incense. Attach Counter Energy to Raikou for turn, and play Evolution Incense to go get Luxray, and I'll put Luxray into play using its Swelling Flash ability, which allows me to play the Luxray straight to my bench so long as I have more prize cards remaining than my opponent.
Ooh.
And you can see now why I didn't really want to take the lead, right?
There's so much lightning can do when you go behind. You can get a powerful attacker like Luxray, counter energy the Raikou, or counter energy, one of your attackers. It's really strong when you start losing, because then that just swings it in your favor and you start going.
Exactly. Play Special Charge to shuffle the Rainbow Energy back into my deck. And Sprint to discard my hand and draw 4 cards. Okay. Dynamotor, basic lightning from my discard pile to Luxray, and retreat Zebstrika for free using that U-turn board. And since I was able to deal 20 damage to the Shining Genesect with the Regieleki last turn, it is in range of Amazing Shot. And I'll use Amazing Shot to knock out the Shining Genesect, dealing 120 damage there. I will also knock out the Grottle, dealing 120 damage there.
Yeah.
And I'll take the... This is tough, actually. Electric off the prizes.
Okay.
And I will also take the Guzma.
Okay. And thanks to Energy Pouch, the 3 energy attached to Shining Genesect go right back to hand. Go into Scovillain and draw for turn. Oh, that's a lot of energy in hand. But thanks to Spring Bloom, I can start spreading that energy. Start with a Nest Ball. Off a Nest Ball, I'll get Zarude to the bench. I'll also Ultra Ball away Ball Guy and Bridget. Grabbing Tropius. Putting it onto the bench. Raikou hitting 120 is tough for this deck. There's a lot of attackers that have just 110 HP, and a lot of the support Pokemon have under 100. So Andrew has just his pickings on who he wants to knock out, which is unfortunate. Spring Bloom, 1 energy onto the Scovillain, 2 onto the Zarude. Oh, I need 5 energy on the Zarude to knock out Luxray. So Spring Bloom, 1 more energy onto Zarude and Marnie.
Okay.
So I know Andrew got Guzma off there.
This is the one thing about Town Matt, is you get to see exactly what I'm doing.
Off of Marnie, I'll get 4, or I'll get 5.
And I get 4.
Can't do a lot else. So, Super Spicy Breath for 180 damage and the knockout.
Raikou goes down. JD takes a prize. Tying it up at 3-3. Promote Zebstrika and draw. I just need to find an energy this turn, but thankfully I've got Juniper in my hand, and
and Sprint.
I can see a lot of cards, so I think we're okay. Bench Regieleki and Professor Juniper. Discard my hand, draw 7 cards. Oh boy. Bench Tynamo. Attach Floatstone to Flaffy. Play Rescue Stretcher. And I think since I'm down multiple recovery cards, it might be like a toss all 3 of these dudes back into the deck situation. I think Ordinary Rout's gone. There's only Buddy Buddy. So this is this is the last one.
Nope,
So
yep.
Putting all 3 back. All right, we're gonna shuffle Raikou, Thundurus, and Zapdos back into the deck.
Yeah, maximize your attackers to finish out the game.
Muscle Band to Regieleki and Sprint. Discard my hand and draw 4 cards. Okay. That is good, actually. Yes. Speed Lightning Energy to Luxray and draw 2. Put the Parallel down, which discards it. Dynamotor. Accelerate an energy from my discard pile to Luxray and retreat Zebstrika. You're going to be excited to see that Luxray actually damages
itself.
Damage.
Yeah.
Yep. So you're going to need less energy to knock me out with Zarude. And with that, use Wild Charge for 180 damage. Luxray does 20 to itself. I'll take the Lightning Energy off of the prize.
Go into Zarude. Draw. Start with Pokegear and see what I can find. Look at the top 7. 7. Ooh. N off of the Pokegear. Debating between Guzma and N. I think it's just a safe bet to grab N off of the Pokegear. Use Superior Energy Retrieval to discard Gladian and Hisuian Heavy Ball. Grab these 4 energy. Spring Bloom 1 to the Zarude, 2 to the Tropius, attaching Fire for turn, and N.
All right. We go shuffling the hand into the deck. Only get 2 cards.
And to 3.
And I get 2.
3. Field Blower, away Muscle Band, and Float Stone.
Ooh, that's a big field blower. Yep.
Put Turffield Stadium into play and use it. I don't think I can grab anything, but lets me see what's left in the deck. Fail the Turffield. And Repeated Whip for 140 damage and the knockout.
Yep, Luxray goes down. JD ties it up, 2-2 prizes. And you see that U-turn board. It's like even if you wanted to get rid of that,
yep,
it would have stayed. So I love that. Promote Zebstrika and draw. I don't know, it's not drawing me a lot of cards at all. So, Ultra Ball, discarding Iono and Zapdos.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got some options. I mean, Thundurus can take a knockout, theoretically, but I need to find it. So, I think we're going to Ultra Ball for the Electric and evolve Tynamo into Electric. Yeah, we're getting down to the real nitty-gritty here.
It's going to come down to 1-1 again.
Yup. Can I get the final pieces I need together to take this knockout? With 2 Dynamotors on board, I am feeling good about my energy situation.
Yeah.
Lightning is just always so close to losing, even when it's winning.
You definitely ride that line the whole game.
Which is exciting. It makes for exciting games. Now I'll sprint for 4. And that is pretty much everything I needed to see. Bench Tapu Koko, Dynamotor twice to Regieleki.
Mm-hmm.
Attach from hand and retreat into Regieleki. I'll Terra Spark for 120 damage, knock out Gossifleur.
Yep.
And put 40 damage onto Cherub.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll take the switch off of my prizes.
Draw for turn, and luckily I didn't pull Hex.
No, yes.
So, you really need to do 20. Yeah, I think that's just game. I'll just Repeated Whip for the knockout.
That's it. Promote Zebstrika and draw. Double Dynamotor onto Flaffy. Attach Grass.
Oh, the sauce.
And Electro Ball for games.
GG's.
Yeah, GG's. That was super close, man.
There's the Hex. Man, if that Gladium was Town Map.
I know, the Hex Maniac. Hex Maniac is definitely a game-deciding card. Lightning does not like to be hexed.
Not at all.
No. Those felt like some really close games, though.
Yeah, those are both good, you know.
And, yeah, we saw how this deck likes to go behind in prizes and what that can do for a game.
Yep, that cat and mouse it kind of has at the beginning of I don't want to take a prize, but you also don't want to take a prize because you're looking for that counter energy. So I think this was a good matchup, back and forth, both games.
It was cool to see a different take on grass with some different Pokemon that you don't always see. Scavillain, the Tropius, the 1-2 of Sharam and Eldegoss is really sick as well. And I love that Grottle just sets the whole deck up.
Grottle just grabs everything. A shame that the Eldegoss was prized both games, so I didn't get the full combo. But still, even without the Eldegoss, just the Charum accelerating all that grass energy into play can just really just set up a board that's kind of hard to deal with sometimes.
Town Map, though.
Town Map, I'm going downstairs after the stream, picking up my order, and it is immediately going in this.